All right, so if you're in cybersecurity and you're trying to figure out how to use these new AI assistants safely, well, you're in the right place. We're going to dive into a really practical guide for getting the absolute most out of these incredible tools without accidentally opening up a whole new can of worms. Let's just start with the single most important thing you need to remember. This is the foundation for everything else. Here it is. Treat every single prompt as if you're about to post it on a public forum for the entire world to see. If you can really get that one idea into your head, you're already halfway there. So here's how we're going to break it all down. First up, we'll cover how to secure your prompts, the basic rules of the road. Then we'll get into the fun stuff, how you can actually use AI as a powerful assistant. And finally, we'll talk about how to navigate the risks that come along with it. Okay, let's jump right into section 1, securing your AI prompts. Before we can even think about all the cool things we can do, we have to cover the essential rules of engagement. This part is critical. It all boils down to 3 core operational security principles. First, sanitization, which is just a fancy word for making your data anonymous. Second, abstracting your logic, so you don't give away your company's secret sauce. And third, and this one is a big one, no credentials, ever. I mean it, no exceptions. So what does sanitization actually look like in practice? Well, it's really simple. It just means you replace any specific identifying information with a generic placeholder. So a real host name and a real IP address just become something like branch_router_internal_IP. See? Easy. And it's the exact same idea when it comes to user data. A specific username like jsmith_admin just becomes a generic placeholder, something like admin_A. It might seem like a really small step, but trust me, it is crucial for minimizing your risk if or when the AI provider has a data breach. Now, when we talk about abstracting logic, the whole point is to avoid pasting your company's proprietary code directly into the prompt. So instead of asking the AI to find a flaw in your specific script, you ask about the general pattern. For example, you'd ask, what are the common security risks with using the strcpy function in C? That way, you get the valuable insight you need without exposing your own code. All right, next up, section 2. Now that we've got the safety rules down, let's get to the fun part, using AI as a security assistant. This is where you can really start to see the potential. You know, AI is absolutely brilliant at pattern recognition and translation, and you can leverage that to speed up some of the more, let's say, tedious parts of our jobs. For example, you can paste in a really obscure log file and just ask for a plain English summary, or you can generate complex regex in seconds flat. You can even get it to write boilerplate code for security tools or whip up a first draft of an instant response plan. It's a massive time saver. Okay, and for our final section, let's talk about navigating the security risks. Because look, AI is an incredibly powerful tool, but it's absolutely essential that we understand and mitigate the very specific dangers it can introduce. There are 3 big risks to keep on your radar. First is data leakage. This is when your proprietary data gets used to train the model. The fix? Use enterprise versions where you can disable data sharing. Second is this weird thing called hallucinations, where the AI just confidently makes stuff up. And third is the risk of malicious code, which means you always need a human to do a final review. So this risk of hallucinations is, well, it's kind of strange and unique to AI. It's when the model gives you an answer that is completely, totally wrong, but it says it with absolute confidence. It might suggest a command line tool that doesn't even exist, or worse, one that's actually destructive. You have to remember it has no real-world understanding. It's just predicting the next word in a sequence. And that leads us to the single most important mitigation strategy of all. Always verify any command an AI gives you in a safe lab or sandbox environment before you even think about running it on a production system. This rule is non-negotiable. And the final risk we really need to be vigilant about is malicious or just plain flawed code. An AI can easily generate a script that looks perfect on the surface, but it might contain a subtle logic bomb, or pull in an insecure dependency, or have a vulnerability that an attacker could exploit later. So what's the defense? It's a simple 2-step process. Step 1, sure, use the AI to generate your boiler code and save time. But step 2 is the crucial part that you can never ever skip. A qualified human has to perform a thorough manual code review before that script gets anywhere near a live system. Ultimately, it all comes down to this. Think of AI as an incredibly powerful co-pilot. It can speed things up, it can spot patterns you might miss, and it can handle a lot of routine tasks. But it is not the pilot. You are. The human expert is and always must be the one in command. So the real question is, how are you going to use this powerful new tool while making sure you always stay in control?